TK, TK, TK. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Am I on the wrong side? Can I switch the side? I feel like I'm on the wrong side.
Can you not drag and drop it over?
I thought I could, but I clearly cannot. Good morning, everybody. Happy Father's Day today, depending on when you're watching. Could be yesterday, even, TK. Happy Father's Day to all of the happy fathers out there.
Father's Day is one of those, less appreciated holidays. You know what I mean?
That's like how I was feeling. I was just going to
Mother's Day is a big deal. All these other days is like a busy. Father's Day, it's just like, get back to work. Don't be lazy.
Wait, you want breakfast in bed too?
Holy smokes. I got to get to soccer practice.
I can't have breakfast in bed. I'm up 4 hours before everybody else. I have to make myself. That's right. I have to get back into bed for it, though. Who the hell wants to do that? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And then I got to see, my father-in-law, so that's fun too.
Yeah.
Right?
We have a golf annual tradition, which is a golf day. So
that's nice.
Golf with my dad and the boys. It's going to be fun.
That's a good time. Yeah, we're going to go to one place and eat, and then we'll go to some other place and eat, and then we'll probably go to another place and eat. I got a family reunion this afternoon. Should be a good time.
Busy guy.
It's
Settle down.
Busy fucking weekend.
Settle down. Darryl's got deals to make here. You can't be just pulling them away from the fire.
That's right. I got to answer the phone and answer the same bloody question over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's in the war room down there.
It's a really horrible real estate market, TK. It's a really horrible real estate market. It is not fun right now.
I have a hard time, and even guys on the team who are saying to me, and they're like, "Well, TK, you're selling all these houses, and so you're probably not, worried about what's going on right now." And I'm like,
"That's right.
It's tough. It is the most stressful environment. Yeah. Nobody ever gets what they want. It's constant battling. If I do put a deal together, we're fighting. We're land deals are just falling apart like crazy. People are trying to get concessions after it's firm, and they're just like, "Sue me." I already had some not closed.
Sue me. Yeah. That's a regular term being heard in Toronto real estate right now. All right, just tell them to fucking sue me. It's enough already.
It's stressful. There's a lot of pressure. If anybody's doing anything right now, it's out of necessity. And so, there's a lot of emotions, right?
Sure.
I need to sell. I need to buy. There's so many things. Nobody's just kind of I just walked into an open house and bought a house today. I thought it was a good idea to own another one on my street.
Right. I mean, that rarely happens. It's probably not happening right now.
It doesn't happen anymore.
It doesn't happen. I don't know when that would happen. I suppose at some point.
When the market was hot, anytime someone has ever come to me and said,
"Actually, I did it once."
My neighbor's interested in the house. Every estate sale, every time it's an older person, every time there's one of those people, they're always like, "Well, the neighbor's interested. The neighbor said if I ever wanted to sell to come talk to them." So we want to first talk to the neighbor just to make sure that they know that we're going to be listing the house, and we give them an opportunity. And I'm like, great. I'm like, go talk to the neighbor. I'm like, they want to buy your home for 20% less than it's worth, by all means.
Why didn't you talk to them before you even called me? Why am I here? No, what's the point of this whole thing? To find out how much it's worth first? Exactly. Is that the point?
Or maybe you don't trust the neighbor. I had one guy, the neighbor offered $1 million or 1.1. I said, well, great. Let's put it at $1 million, and we'll tell the neighbor, that it's, for sale. So we put it at $1 million. Market was hot, obviously, this time. Can't remember how many offers we got, maybe 15. And we sold it for $1.4 million.
Okay.
To who?
Who? The neighbor.
The neighbor.
For the most money. Most money.
Yeah.
Well, I know, for a fact, a cousin, or I guess my wife's aunt, she sold a cottage to a neighbor who was bugging her for a long time, a few years ago. They did fairly well, but when you do that, you don't really know, I suppose, what you could have got if you went out on the open market. Sometimes you could get more, I suppose, but a lot of times you probably get less. How many people are there that actually know what it is that they have without going to the market?
I would say in this market, you have a chance to get more rather than in the previous markets. Before, it would have been you're selling, you know, to a market that's going up. And so the neighbor, of course, wants to get a deal. They're using yesterday's information in order to make the decision on pricing. So they're actually low. But now yesterday's information is actually higher than what the market is
Why
right
are
now.
they using yesterday's information?
Because that's all they
TK?
have. You know, all they have is they're
Are
the
you
neighbor.
intimating that
They've
a realtor would have today's information? Is this where
no
you're
a
headed?
buyer. Realtors don't make pricing. The buyers are. So that agent, that buyer, sorry,
No,
the
but
neighbor.
they don't have the info, is what you're intimating.
So perception of value is based on not just what the last guy sold for, but all of the information that you've accumulated over your time looking at that property and understanding that market. So if that person's been there 20 years, they're like, oh my gosh, you know, that was only 300,000 20 years ago. So therefore they feel like it's worth X. Because the market's going down, they're going like, I remember when these were selling for $1 million. You're willing to sell it for 9? Oh, that's a great deal, but it actually could be worth 8 right now.
Mhm.
And so when people are telling me now, they're saying my neighbor is interested and da 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 da. I always, you know, hear them out. And one guy actually recently told me a number, and I said honestly, if that guy's willing to pay you that price
Yeah, take it.
privately, I was like, that's a good number.
You
It was
should
the
take it.
highest price ever, like in that neighborhood for a long time. I'm like, I can't guarantee you I'm going to net you more than that. You know.
Yeah,
So
it's
just a little bit of a different perspective when the market changes.
well, there's a lot of things that are different when the market changes. I mean, you know how much I love appraisers, right? And
Those guys are great.
I appraisers in
When
an
you need
up
'em.
market are one thing, but now what I'm finding is it doesn't even matter what your appraisal says. Nobody gives a shit. They want to just make up their own valuation for the property. They
Yeah.
want to put 50% on that thing, and there's your loan. And if you want 51%, sorry, we valued it at this. So it doesn't really matter. This is the max loan we're giving. And
Yeah.
it's like everything feels like it's tightening up in the lending for sure, like really tight. And I mean, for good reason. There's a lot of bad loans out there, right? Like a lot of
They're hundreds of
guys
millions of dollars lost.
are hanging on to some pretty bad debt,
Yeah.
just trying to figure out how to like figure it out. And I think, I mean, it's 2026. This whole mess started a while ago. There's only so long you can hang on to when, you know, nobody wants to lend you more money. And at
Yeah.
some point, what you have is not going to be enough, right? I don't know when these projects are going to start to come online. If you don't have a townhouse site or like a stacked townhouse site, or I suppose a luxury boutique kind of thing, you're
Yeah.
definitely not even considering launching, right?
Yeah.
And now, if you're doing purpose-built rental, I mean, what are you thinking? Like, do you not see that there's a whole mess of inventory coming online, and there's a whole bunch of, I mean, that's purpose-built rental inventory, the condo, like we keep talking about the same shit.
I know,
But then now you see, oh, maybe a bunch of inventory is going to disappear soon. TK.
the government is going to get involved.
They're
So
getting
when,
involved.
when we're talking about those topics, so for example, the provincial one, where you know Doug Ford and the Art Capital Loan and the Montreal company and all that kind of stuff, they're all buying those units to rent out.
To rent out.
So how many more
and then sell.
rental
Yeah.
units are we going to have available in Toronto? And
Well,
now,
those
you
were
know, other
probably
parts of
going to
Canada.
be rental units anyways, right? It's just they're transferring to somebody else who has the right amount of money now in order to do that, right?
But
now
now
we
those
have a new
people-
scheme.
Those
Oh.
people, how much would they rent it out for? Right? Like they
Well,
would be, you know,
more.
they would take a few months to wait. Like it wouldn't contribute to the vacancy rate as quickly and as dominantly as the government getting involved. The government getting involved is just like 2,200 units. How much can we get it rented for? We'll take any number you're willing to offer us. And that's the issue, is that they're going to be a lot more aggressive.
A lot more aggressive. Well,
Yeah.
here we have
Rents
a
are coming
video.
down. Rents are coming down.
This is going to definitely help
Rents are coming
lead
down.
to that. Rents are coming down, says
Rents are coming down.
TK. Let's see what our prime minister has to say.
As a follow-up, I'd like to hear more about converting empty condos into homes for people. Does that involve the government buying extra stock from developers and then renting those out or reselling them? Are there details you can give us on that?
You have two things. I mean,
Can we hear this, guys?
Yeah, I
You
hear
can
it.
hear it okay? Can
I hear it
everybody
fine.
else hear it okay? All right, good.
two things. I mean, there's different models, and we'll work through the modalities and bring it out in the fall. Is what I said in French. The but
He sounds kind of like an idiot. No, can we hear that last part again for a second? Because he sounded kind of like a real moron. He doesn't sound like a polished politician. Listen
Maybe
to this.
that's
And
so
the
bad.
models and the modalities and the we're gonna do well, it's a whole look. It's a
Are
pretty
there
good
details
scam.
you can give us on that?
you have two things. I mean, there's different models, and we'll work through the modalities and bring it out in the fall. Is what I said in French.
He did not say anything there.
What I'm upset about is why he said it in French. You know what I mean?
Why
Like,
did he say it
nobody
in
who's
French?
even listening in French needs to hear it in French. This
Right.
in British Columbia, Vancouver-related condos. Like 0 people who only understand French were watching that video, going like, "I wonder what are they going to do with all the condos in Vancouver? Oh my
Just
gosh!"
say the
You know?
important stuff in French so nobody knows
Right?
what the hell's going on, right?
Why? Why? It don't make so. Just like to please, like, the Quebecois people. It's like, oh my god, I get
Not
it.
even.
There's
Just to
the
confuse
government,
everyone.
like national policies, great. French and English. Things to do with Quebec, New Brunswick, of course, French and English. But like Vancouver condos,
I don't even think at all, but hang on.
Mon Dieu. Yeah. So look,
You can.
It's a
you can
bailout.
do both, and my view, experts will design
Is it
but,
fucked up?
One would look to do both.
Yeah.
Effectively, though,
It's
what
fucked
you're
up.
doing is buying.
no, it's
them.
fine, but that's good though. I think
At the
we got the
price.
point here.
We got
Which
the point.
and if the video doesn't work for whatever reason, it's just Mark Carney announcing the partnership with BC, where they're
bailout.
going to be buying condos from developers, and that he was talking about different modalities, which are like probably rent them out and maybe buy them and resell them. But regardless, it's a bailout, and it's good news. I wonder how Dougie feels. I mean, Dougie kind of like.
I think there's some people that think it's not good news, like taxpayers.
he
Taxpayers
flinched.
don't like it.
But they have billions of dollars in these funds that they don't use and they don't know how to use. I think this is the best use of our money that you could possibly make, to be honest with you.
Right.
That's the truth. Bailing out our housing market will be the best use of funds. Look at what they spend money on. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So, but in
And
the
the
video,
developers already built the condos, so we don't have to worry about them trying to build anything. The government building anything is insane.
sure. Well, I mean, that I can agree with 100%. But I think what a lot of people have a problem with as part of the whole speech or the whole idea was that he mentioned the fact that, the developers don't want to lose money. So we're going to come in and buy the condos from them so
Yeah.
that they don't have to lose money. And you have to remember that there's a whole giant group of the population that hates the developers and wants to watch them lose everything and burn at the stake in front of them. Right?
Yeah.
Like for some reason, the people that put the fucking shelter around everyone turned
Yeah.
into the witches of this time period. We turned
Yes.
into the evil people. Meanwhile, you got Elon Musk making $1 trillion and nobody wants, well, I guess people are trying to burn him at the stake too. It seems
Yeah.
like anybody who's doing
can't
anything
win.
productive
You can't win, Darryl. You can't
fucking win.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
speaking of not winning, it seems like Toronto is kind of having a tough time out there with the World Cup. We're not looking so good out there right now.
Why?
TK.
Why are
We're-
we not looking good? Tell me.
Well,
tell me. What
there's
do you
a
know?
lot of things. Well, it's not
I
what
went to an
know.
event. I went to an event.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
you
well
were
organized.
saying. How did that go? Tell us.
Well,
'Cause-
I mean, the teams weren't great. I mean, Brazil and Scotland was playing, and
You went to the actual game,
no. I went to the place, the Fan Fest, where people can watch it. You know what I mean? So it was like pretty.
like outside.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was controlled well, and people are passionate about it, and people who love soccer love the World Cup, and there's
They
people
love
who are
the
going
World Cup.
crazy for it. It's on every TV, every place you go, they're playing the World Cup. I think the passion's there.
Yeah.
Toronto people are decent. I was talking to a police officer yesterday. He said there was a few people, I won't say what country, who attacked some police officers on one of the games, and but it was all good fun, I guess. Maybe they got arrested or something, I don't know, but overall, the police presence is there, and the crowds are controlled. I think it's great for the city. I think it's an opportunity for us to be on the world stage. I think it's great to have people visiting Toronto. Canada's doing well. Canada just won by one of the biggest margins, or the biggest margin in the whole World Cup. So like Canada, the team itself, like is doing fantastic. I've never watched a single game really. Like, you know what I mean? I've just watched
still
bits and
haven't.
pieces. I'm not that interested in it, but I'm happy I'm
Yeah.
happy that it's going on for sure. So
I don't care one bloody bit. But what I see online is people saying like, oh, like we thought Canada was a nice place and it was, it was cutting edge and it was the big city in Canada. And
Yeah.
well, here, look at what this guy has to say.
okay, let's hear what he.
Guys, Toronto is one of the dirtiest. It doesn't even feel like it's a first world country. Look. You don't see this in Ecuador. Look. Do you see this in Ecuador? Look. This is downtown. This is like the flagship. Yonge and Dundas. This is the flagship of Toronto. And there's literally garbage, crackheads, crazy people talking to themselves, fetty heads. Bro, this is a third world country. Like this, I feel like I'm in, bro, coming from Quito is way more civilized. This is a fucking mess. What is going on, guys?
Well, as reliable and credible that guy may seem, okay, like as much as I want to believe what he has to say, you know what I mean? Like he's at Yonge and Dundas, like it's a really busy intersection. Like yeah, it's a big city. Like, has he been to New York? New York stinks like garbage.
Yeah,
has he been
New
to
York
Los
is shit
Angeles?
too.
There's homeless people everywhere. Like,
Well-
it's a big city. Like, this is just a reality. Like, he's not like he's touring, Montreal, or he's not touring Calgary, or he's not touring, one of the other smaller cities.
No, but
right?
you've
Like,
been
Toronto's
to
a major city.
places. You in particular, I'm sure, have been to places where they'll fuck you up if you spit that gum on the ground like that. Like the whole sidewalk's covered in gum in downtown Toronto. It's crazy. There's Asian countries that will put you in jail for spitting gum on the floor.
There's one.
Well,
Yeah.
they should though. This is how. Listen, I think that we can definitely do way better than the impression we give people when they come here. Our
get it. I get
infrastructure
it.
is old. Our airports are old. Our roads are old. Everything is old. And he's right. Yonge and Dundas Square or Sankofi fucking Square,
I don't
whatever
even
the
know
hell we
what it's
call that
called.
shit now.
Don't you dare say Dundas.
Okay,
How
but
dare
like
you?
that place is and should be much better kept. Okay, where's all this money that I pay for God? Just the money I pay alone could clean up Dundas Square for the goddamn year. TK, if we add in what you pay in taxes, we could clean up all of downtown for fuck's sakes. There's so much. You're saying there's funds sitting around. We're going to bail out developers. Why don't we fucking clean up the city a little bit?
So first of all, it's very difficult to run a major city. That's one. We're trying to keep property taxes low. We all want things to change, but we don't want property taxes to go up, right? So that's one major thing. You got the province now. It's going to be taking over the DVP. It's going to be taking over the Gardiner.
Oh,
You have some
gosh.
major infrastructure that the province is getting involved in. So I think that's going to be a big shift as we move forward. Is you're going to start seeing Toronto saying to the provincial and federal governments, "We need help." And so videos like this help. Videos like this actually will give the province and the federal government the motivation and sort of authority to say, yeah, we need to make sure that Toronto is a world-class city. And yeah, we're years behind, but we've made huge strides in the right direction just over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Like there's just been some really great decisions made that are going to be for the benefit of the city, where a lot of red tape has been covered. Ontario line, like Dougie's done a lot. Like I don't care what anybody says. Dougie has done a lot in order to be able to really change how Toronto and most of Ontario is going to be in the future. I'm excited for that. Long live Dougie.
I
Long
see
live Dougie
these
Ford.
new cities that are built or newer cities that are built around the world. And I can't help but think with all of this money that we have and all of the wasteful money that we throw at the dumbest fucking shit, that we could have those beautiful luxuries that these other countries have that are like, they look impeccable, some of them. They look like immaculate, and they
But then
look like they have everything that a person could need, and it's like cheap, and it's not all this fucking bullshit.
Well, I mean, move to one of those countries if that's what you want. But like, it's not like, imagine
outta
this.
here.
Imagine if one of those cities existed. Like, imagine if New York was this way and then we were that way, and we were like, oh my God, like how come we can't just be like New York? But this is all of North America.
Yeah, it's
And
all
like
a
where he's talking about,
shithole.
where was he talking about? Costa Rica, Colombia, Peru. Where was that guy from?
Ecuador. I think
Ecuador.
you
Yeah.
said.
move to Ecuador. If you'd like to move to Ecuador, like please
I think
go
he
and live
lives
in
there.
Ecuador and tell me what you
Yeah.
think about living there. I'm sure there's some great parts to one or two cities, but the standard of living, in North America, Toronto's very high.
Yeah, but
So, I mean-
Toronto's like one of the top cities in North America. And I
Okay.
think outside people, when they come here, they see these pictures and they have this
Sure.
image that it should, it's funny.
But
It's
that's
like,
how people are, Daryl. Have you been to Paris? Paris is like it's a horrible place. You go to Paris and it's like nothing but like pickpockets and people who are trying to scam you. Like it's a nasty place to be to. Not enjoyable.
I remember back when I was in my early 20s and I was invited to go work for my uncle in the lumber business.
Yeah.
My uncle, growing up, this guy, he was a multi-bajillionaire and he had the cars and he had the crazy house and he was just like living it, right? And so when I pictured his office, I pictured him working in this unbelievable
Ivory Tower.
palatial,
Yeah.
right? Like just unbelievable. And so when I went to go meet him to get my job, I went into like this lumber yard, the office is like this. I was like, it's such a mismatch. And that's just, I guess, how everything is right now is everything's mismatched. You don't know what's up. You don't know what's down. Left is right is left. Nothing makes any sense. What you would expect Toronto to be, clearly, it's
We got
not
a good
going to be
reputation.
that.
That's good because that's a good sign. Imagine if he came here and said, "Wow, it's so nice. You guys have electricity and you have food and you have public transit. I can't believe it. I thought this
Yeah.
place was a dump." That means our reputation's crap.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so it's good. We got a good reputation out there. People come there. They think this is like, it's like you have like I don't know. We think our parents are these perfect people. Then we grow up, we find out they're human. Or we think that girl we like is perfect. And then all of a sudden, you find out she's this, right? So it's just how people are. It's human nature. That guy, he needs to go back to Ecuador if he's not happy. He's not welcome here anymore. See ya, buddy.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm double subscribed. Do it yourself. Didn't get to fix the show, though. Didn't get to fix the show.
Please subscribe and
Ooh-wee.
I did it manually. Awesome. TK.
Awesome,
now I'm on the other side again. I keep bouncing
Hey,
back
I
and
like you over
forth.
there. And now everything looks like normal again.
It was backwards for a while, right?
Yeah. It looks,
I
I
don't
feel
know
I feel
what
like
the hell's going on.
we're back. I feel like this is the way it's supposed to be.
Well, people get mad at me when I say things about the city and the country, but I remember it when things were newer, right? That's how old I am, right? I remember when a lot of the infrastructure was new and like the medical stuff was new and things were good. There was enough for people, and now it just, this guy's like, I'm in a third world country. I said it last week when I went to the gas station and there was like the Iranian music and the Persian music and the Hungarian lady yelling her brains out and all these brown people all over the place that I felt like I was definitely not where I live. And it's because, it's like anything. It's like you remember stuff from your childhood. You don't remember stuff from a week ago. You remember things how they were when things were like, it was a different time when you're a kid, right? This is when
Again, your perspective as a kid is off. Everything's taller, bigger, better, faster.
better.
Yeah,
No
so
bills, man. No
it's just
bills.
a perception that needs to be adjusted for. And I think that people right now in Canada who are living in Toronto who are complaining because they remember the old Canada. But when you go to anywhere in the world right now, there is major. So when I talk to someone and they're like, I desperately want to move to Toronto, and I'm like, oh, but your country's got da 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 da, and they're like, no, like I want to be in Canada. I don't want to be there. Like we all need a little bit of a reality check on how the world has changed over the last decade.
Yeah.
That's just the way things have gone. Some places have advanced more, but doesn't mean that the life there is less stressful.
Well, that's the problem is you end up going there with yourself, right? Like, so if you don't change somewhere on that airplane, then you're pretty much in the same place, but in a different
follows
place.
you into another country. So
Everything follows you into another country.
I agree. And I'm sure there's lots of good.
Except for
studies
your
on that.
money. If you live in Canada, apparently they're making it
Oh.
pretty fucking hard to leave and take your money with you.
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Exit tax.
You see that?
Right?
That
Yeah.
sad guy going
Yeah,
all fucking
I saw that.
bananas? What was that about? We didn't have that.
I think
in the
that's like one
notes.
of those like brags. Like, listen, I got so much money that I got to
Yeah, I'm
basically
numb
have
to
like
this.
a perceived disposition of all my assets and pay capital gains tax before I leave this country. Oh my God, it's so bad.
You think he's flexing?
Yeah, that was a flex.
You don't think that it's fucking insane that
I
you
think
already
people
get taxed
who talk
on
about
it?
how much tax they pay is a flex. When I hear it, I'm going like, all right,
Oh,
chill,
shit.
bro, chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Oh.
opinion.
Well, then I won't tell you about all of the taxes that I pay ever again, TK. Because
Well,
I'm not
just
trying
saying.
to flex. I'm fucking complaining. Because you know what?
Okay.
If all that money was in my bank account right now,
yeah,
I would be a
problems
much
would be solved.
happier person, right? Because
Yeah.
it'd be
World
like I
hunger
had,
would be solved.
right? I would
Yeah.
no, but it would literally be probably more than double what I currently have. And I think everybody, well, at least entrepreneurs that are somewhat successful, that's the case, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Although if you take out all of the fuck ups I made along the way and all the
Yeah.
money that I lost being a dumb fuck or having horrible timing or
Imagine.
both at the same time, I could only imagine what things would look like. But I mean, we're here, and that's not the worst place that you could be, but I don't think it matters right now in this market how much money you fucking have. You're not having a good time, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who is sitting around going, oh, this is the best thing ever. There might be guys sitting there going, I'm going to buy some great fucking deals now, but my other shit is not having a good time right now, and I don't know what to do with most of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what guys are sitting on that they're all like, there might be a guy or two that would just happen to be sitting on 10 townhouse sites or something in decent spots that all just went bananas.
I think it's time to go launch right now. That's a good time
Right?
to launch. You know, let's figure this out. But
I see like in Mount Albert or Hamilton or this or
Yeah.
that. Like there's all things popping up all over the place, but I think it's like one guy here, one guy there, one guy here, one guy there. Nobody's like, oh, the market's back for us, baby. Let's fucking go.
well, let me do
Right.
a little bit of promotion here, just because, like, you know, why not?
not?
I got a property for sale, Prince Edward and Bloor. Nice pocket.
Prince Edward and Butler.
Yeah, Kingsway area,
Okay.
right? 52-foot lot, listed at 1.65 million, 18 North Kingsley. It's popping.
It's popping. What does that
Popping.
mean? What
means
does
like
it's popping mean?
multiple showings a day. You know, lots of good activity on it.
Yeah.
52-foot lot. It's got
Yeah.
a pool in the backyard. Good condition, move-in condition. Really nice. Yeah.
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 What,
So
did you price it for hold back offer?
There's an
kinda
offer date, yeah, and I
offer
mean the
date?
price is a good price. You know, like it's not like I
It's
was like, oh,
technically an auction.
let's go super low and try to find out what we can, you know, how much we can pump it up. It was just kind of like, all right, let's put it at a price that we know is gonna get some action. So we'll see. But I had another one last night, which I won't say where the address is, in East
Oh,
York,
yeah.
and that one didn't get any offers.
No offers.
No offers.
You
yeah.
held back offers and got no offers.
and got no offers. Yeah.
And you think that
So-
this is in a better area, so it
Yeah, this
will-
one's in a much better area, so it's a different story.
Did
So-
the other one get showings at a rate similar to this
no,
one?
definitely not. Definitely
Not anywhere close. Did
a
it
showing
get
a day.
showings?
A showing a day is like a you know I know I'm gonna get it sold eventually.
A
But when you're
showing a
getting
day.
like when you're getting like 3, 4, 5 showings in a day, you're like, all right, like we're gonna get offers on offer date.
So when are
That's-
you like? How many days go by when you're like, this is not selling?
It's hard to say. It's hard to pinpoint that. Every area is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know.
But are we patient, or do we think after a week or two where it's like, oh my god, we got to
I
fucking
need
do
more, I
something?
need more patience. I need a little bit more patience.
You
'cause
need to
things-
have more patience.
Yeah.
Why
I
is
need a little
that?
bit more patience. Just because like you want to move things and you want to get things done, but you never really know what to do. Like, is it, hey, I got to act fast because the market's going down, or am I positioned right? But maybe instead of 2 weeks, I'll get an answer. It's 4 weeks. You know, so you gotta try to understand that as much as possible, which is hard.
So
So
what
to
is-
figure that out.
So when you hold back offers and you don't get any offers,
Yeah.
your clients are going, TK, like what
Like
the fuck
that's the
happened,
East York
bro?
meeting on Monday night. I'm gonna go and meet with them and be like, all right, guys, let's talk. Why
That
did
was
we
a
get
bad
no offers?
idea. Yeah.
No, it's
No?
maybe just that's
Not
just
a-
what the price should be. You know, like we'll see. We'll see.
What,
see.
how do you know what the price should be if you got no offers?
Well,
you
what I'm trying
clearly
to
know
say
it
is
shouldn't be
maybe
what
we
it
just
is.
need to be more patient. No, maybe it should be exactly where it is.
People are trying to wait you out. Maybe they're trying to
I'm just
smoke
saying,
you out.
you
there a
know. So
little bit.
that's a scenario that happens.
That's a scenario that
That's a
happens.
scenario that happens.
Well, but then you have the other one that you're sure is just gonna fly off the shelf. No bully offer though. You got a bully offer? Anybody try and make a bully offer? You talk
You
them
know,
off
if
a
anyone's
bridge?
thinking about a bully offer, let me know. You know, we can have a conversation.
We can have a conversation about
Yeah.
that. I remember when I
Probably a
bought my
number.
house.
There's
you remember?
probably a number that a bully offer would work. You know, in this
Remember
market.
when I bought my house and you called them and you're like, we want to make a bully offer, and they told us to go fuck ourselves, and then 2 days later they called you and they said, we got a bully offer. If you want to make another offer, like jump on in. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Sons of fucking bitches. Talking about sons of fucking bitches,
Tell me,
TK.
tell me.
I got a little rant. I think it involves you a little bit. I want to be a little discreet because
Sure.
I'm still working with the person, but
Sure.
I made a post and it seemed to have rung a bell with a lot of people. And so what happened, TK, is that somebody misplaced an email from me this week. Okay. And you know what I'm talking about. You called me and you were like, which I gotta say, TK, you know me by now, I think, and just the mere fact that you questioned whether or not I got back to the person at all, I think it hurt
It wasn't
on a
misplaced
deep level.
email. I think it was didn't read the whole email.
It hurt on a deep level, TK. And so when you told me, hey, like, you know, because you're saying, hey, like I did you solid. I introduced you to this person.
No,
and
I was
you
saying
don't
that's what
fucking get back to them, you son of a bitch.
I did
What are
not.
you
That was
doing?
nowhere near
This is
what I was
you're
thinking. I
of
was helping
course.
you, saying this is what she's waiting for, and I definitely, I believed her. I thought like, okay, Darryl hasn't sent that information yet.
Darryl's
and you sent me the
busy.
email, or you didn't. I thought it was privacy. I thought you wanted to first hear what she had to say before you sent, because that personal info is like you don't just release that to every single Tom, Dick,
No,
and Harry.
you give them an NDA and you release
Well, I don't
it.
know.
You give them
So
what
anyways,
they need.
that was my honest thoughts. So
Right,
when I
so
called you, it was like
anyways,
just
I'm just
updating
joking.
you on that. But sure, but I want to hear.
But anyway, so like obviously I responded because I'm an efficiency machine, which you
Yes.
know, right?
Yep.
And so she calls me and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
I get a few hundred emails a day. I'm
Yeah.
so busy right now." Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Well, then I need someone else.
join the fucking club, right? Like
Yeah.
honestly. And
Yeah.
then and then she goes, "Can
Well,
you
she's
do me a
ancient, too.
favor?"
She's ancient. She's not spring chicken there, Joe.
Well, yeah, listen. Anyway,
Anyone
so she
says
goes,
they've been in the business for 50 years, like, sorry, I'm just doing basic math here, all right?
so she goes, "Do me a favor, okay?
Yeah.
Next time you send me an email, can you send me a text?" And I'm like, "Hold on a sec. So you want me to send you a text that I sent you an email?"
Hold
Like
on, but can you call me to let me know you sent me a text, and then
Right?
to make sure that in the text you're telling me you sent an email?
It's like,
And if
what
I don't
is-
answer my phone call, do you mind coming to my office to let me know that you called me, that you text me, that you emailed me?
It's unfriggin' believable, okay? And then it's like I get a barrage of questions after that because, you know, there's a bunch of answers in there.
Sure.
I get a bunch of questions and I'm like, it's all in the data room. It's all
Yeah.
in the shrub, TK.
Yeah.
It's all in the shrub, nicely organized,
Now,
well put together.
Can I ask you a very basic question right now, and I want a yes or a no? If she ends up bringing you exactly what you're hoping for, do you forgive her?
Absolutely. Listen. Don't let me finish. Let me finish. Okay? So she asked for the text, and I'm like thinking she's off her rocker, and I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
But where was I in the story? I don't even remember anymore.
Okay, so questions that were already in the
Oh,
shrub.
so a bunch of questions.
So you answered them.
So
Yeah.
she goes, "I've been in the data room. I've been all through it," and I'm like. I know you haven't because I can see, you know, who comes into the shrub, when they sign the NDA, how long they look at what page. And so 5 minutes after she tells me I've been through the whole data room, I see that she logs in and she registers and she saw. It's like, it's unbelievable how people actually are. And so it's like, you try and navigate the hardest market in the world while everybody's telling you what they want to fucking hear.
Yeah, she's ancient. She's ancient. That one.
No, but it's not only her. It's literally everybody. Everybody's got some guy for a loan. Everybody has a potential buyer. Everybody can get it done, and nobody can get it done. You know,
Well,
people. It's so
You
funny.
start off every conversation, right, with that.
What?
I can get it done. You know?
Everybody.
I can get it done. I got a
I
guy.
get-
Don't
right?
worry. I got a guy. He does this stuff
worry.
all the time. Absolutely. Send me your information. Let's talk.
It's crazy, but I mean, I don't know how people. Like, and so I was thinking about it. Are people fucking lying, or do people actually believe that, my guy's looking at it, he's going to get back to me, or I have a guy who's interested, or I know somebody who's going to buy this thing, or whatever everybody says out there, or, my appraiser is going to get this, or whatever the fuck it is. So many people tell me things that don't transpire the way that they say. It's like, how do you navigate through this when your planner, he tells you that you're going to get this and you don't quite get this, or maybe you get more because you knew better than him, or your lawyer says this, and then all of a sudden you're in fucking court getting sued for exactly what he said you were bulletproof against, or like on and on and on, right? Yeah. It's like, so how do you do this when, and so the question is are they lying? Or do they really believe what's coming out of their faces? Like when you see the realtors on TikTok going, actually, let's talk about something that's on the list here, for God's sake.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the list.
This major positive outlier, Canderel's 4A Forest Hill project in Midtown Toronto, pre-sold 75% of units and broke ground. And TK, we got a video for this because we're all over it.
You're doing
the days of the Toronto shoebox condo might be over because this smart developer knew that people were tired of these smaller units where they're...
Now let's keep in mind, pay attention to the sizes that he mentions. Okay.
Yep. Huge units.
Huge, giant family units coming here in 4A, which wasn't for sale for the last 5 years or something, by the way. Yeah.
They're living next to the refrigerator. So this developer was able to sell 75% of their condo inventory by having larger units averaging 640 square feet. The project...
Oh, that's nice.
640 whole square feet. We have bigger walk-in closets at One Thelma, TK, but 640 square feet. How big is this room? That's not much bigger than my office, TK.
Yeah, the room I'm in right now is... 550 square feet.
Yeah, so this ain't moving the needle for I don't know who. And who wants to live at the corner of Bathurst and Eglinton and Forest Hill in a 600 square foot not shoebox? Because apparently, according to this guy, this genius on TikTok or something, this genius fucking realtor on TikTok, this is the goddamn shit that's out here, TK. This is the shit that's out here on TikTok that people are fucking listening to.
It's an article. It's a good article.
Oh, what'd I do?
Anyways, poor guy. No, this. Don't target this guy. He seems like he's a smart young man, lots of energy.
Should
wants
target
to build
someone
up his
else?
Business. Well, it's okay. Good for him. Look, he's got a nice shirt on. That's a nice collar, right?
He looks good.
He's got good teeth. Yeah.
He could
I think
probably
he's gonna
use
make
an iron on that collar.
I think he's gonna make it.
I think he's gonna make it for sure.
Yeah, if he had
Larger
buys one
floor
shirt size smaller, he would be doing fine.
Much better.
With some units being almost 2,000 square feet, and it's by Bathurst and St. Clair. These condos you can actually live in, whereas the shoebox condos are great for investors because on paper they look like a one-bedroom, one-washroom, they can rent well, and they had lower price points. But today's buyers want something different. They want to...
All right.
You see, that's today's virus.
All right. So basically what it is the narrative that everybody is talking about shoebox condos and I'll make a video about it and people will like it, and then they'll all say, "Oh, it's so small, I can't believe it. Who can fit in that?" And we've been hearing this for years. Figure out your own sort of take on things.
This is what's crazy, TK, is 640. Let's do some math. You got a calculator there?
What's the average? Yeah.
Well, let's take 475 and divide that by 640, because we were building a lot of 400 something square foot units before. Okay. And 640, I'm pretty goddamn sure was like a 3-bedroom in some places, especially if it was a corner. And I'm not even being facetious at all. And now we're talking about 640 square feet, like they're saving the planet and making units that people want to live in. And I'm pretty sure. So what's the percentage there? What's the difference? Did you do the math? You look, are you okay?
Yeah.
Was that?
How many units is it?
I have no idea. It's a high-rise building. 1,310 unit 3 tower project, but they are only building one of the towers because they only sold 75% of one of the towers.
Only one of the towers?
Only one of the towers. But
How am I supposed to do math with only one of the towers?
All I'm saying, TK, is
Yeah.
that I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay. I didn't know what I was calculating.
But
look at my phone,
wait, what you were calculating. Okay, here. I'm going to calculate it for you because I know that those two numbers made your brain explode.
I saw a text message and then my brain started thinking about something else.
Did that, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
sorry.
we it's like 25% bigger. Okay, it's like 25% bigger than the one bedrooms downtown that people were slogging during the good old days when anybody from anywhere could buy that and make $100,000 with $25,000 deposit.
Yeah.
And
well, thank God the government's buying our condos. They've been for sale for a long time. They've got a huge price advantage. They're out there right now with like these cheap low number condos, $599, $699. $130,000 credit because of the HST on the $1 million to $1.5 million units, and then obviously 13% off the ones under $1 million. So they got a huge advantage now to move some inventory, and good for them. I hope they are successful and they clear it out and can build. Like, that's great. They said that their sales were up 50% from the winter months. So each month from April, May, and June, they made 50% more sales after that announcement. So again, all positive news. That's great.
He has been, or the guy who runs the marketing company there that's selling the units, Riz Danji from Rad Marketing.
Yeah.
He's been saying for a while, not a while, like a few months, that like sales are picking up and he's making sales, and it's, he's the best sales team, so he's making sales. But I mean, you and I had a meeting this past week that proved that there's definitely movement in the market. I mean, on top of what we already see, there's movement in this, high-end luxury condo market. This, I was surprised with how many sales the person told us, were made at 138 Yorkville. I think it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
we didn't get a number of sales, but we got a total volume. And
volume, which is just fucking nutty to
But there were some big units there that were sold. There were some
big prices.
Yeah, multiple millions of dollars of units sold there.
Well, and a little bit of insight on that other project that is changing to a purpose-built rental around the corner that I thought was pretty interesting too.
Yeah,
and all I'm getting at is that
I talked to somebody who said to me, "Wow, it's interesting."
I don't want to get in trouble here.
Yeah, well, it's basically
we're dancing a line, bro.
We're dancing a line.
We're dancing a line.
I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't see nothing.
I don't know anything.
I didn't see nothing. All right, but either way, when you look at projects failing, it's worrisome.
Changing course. Yeah.
It's worrisome. Yeah.
Well, it certainly
nobody
doesn't help the
thinks
buyer
it's a
pool.
change of course. Nobody, I don't care what the story is. Nobody's just like, oh, it was going so well, and they just decided to make more money elsewhere.
It was
nobody
going
thought
so perfect. Well, I mean, I can actually see a version of that with Yorkville that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Like, why would you want to sell that thing?
But you're in the industry,
right?
Other people, don't know.
No.
Right? Like, look at One Bloor. Like, what a disaster. And you're telling me that people are going to go and line up and buy those units again?
Yeah. Like, I don't know who was smoking what and where we can get a little bit to try. Yeah. But canceling the sales you have and going for more money later on that project in this environment could end up being the smartest move ever if somehow they hit the right gust of wind at the right time. And I don't know. Okay. I mean, it is still One Bloor.
I'll give you a story. I showed a client.
Those Yorkville people will buy in there.
I'll tell you a story. I showed a client a penthouse condo this week that was two of them. One was $6 million, one was $7 million.
Where?
I didn't tell you about this
in
yet.
What?
I don't want to say what building it's in.
Well, can you give us a vicinity, like to
Downtown.
give us an idea how good it is?
Downtown. If I send you a video, can you post it?
I probably could. I don't know how long it would take. Send it to WhatsApp. Send it to my WhatsApp, and that might actually make it onto the air somehow.
That might actually make it on the air.
While you're doing
the
that.
long story, short actually here.
The short story?
The short story. Long story short. This one here's even got some music to it, so that would be cool. Oh, that's not what you wanted me to do. Is I went to go show this unit, and the client was just like, "Why are these finishes like so crap?"
Oh.
And the
Oh.
sales rep said, "Well, don't worry. Everybody who bought at the Four Seasons just guts the unit and then redid it anyways." And
Oh,
so the
that's
client's
good
like,
to know.
"Well, if I'm going to spend like this much money in like a okay building, like shouldn't I like the finishes? Like shouldn't they be nice finishes?" And so
Should I not want to rip them all apart?
long story short is it didn't go very well, unfortunately. I don't think I'm going to make the sale.
Well, that's unfortunate. What, you want me to play this video?
Well,
What-
yeah, sure.
Well, hold on. Were you finished that story? Did I miss something?
No, the story was that even in like these penthouse condos that are built in these buildings that are, somewhat okay, great locations, great views. Wait till you see that video.
I got it right here. Ready to go.
The finishes are just like substandard.
Substandard. But this
Like
is
the
what I've been saying.
The cabinets are the cabinets that you would put in like a basement apartment. or a
This is
condo.
what I have been telling you and everybody for a long time, is that
Yeah.
they've been selling this fake idea of luxury. And back then, it didn't matter. People didn't know the difference. Everything looked luxurious in a rendering. But when you're actually living in it, it's very hard to make 600 square feet feel luxurious. Like having a tiny little galley kitchen with one of those microscopic kitchen or fridges, with a little hot plate and a microwave is never, ever going to look or feel luxurious. Okay, we are going to cut to TK's video. What are we looking at here?
That's a terrace. That's your
somebody's
penthouse terrace.
That looks scary to me. Hold on, let's see that again. I would feel pretty scared to be out there.
Well, I can tell you, the other day when we were up, it was the windiest day on like that day. Remember
Were you
that windy
scared?
day?
Yeah.
Not scared, but I was like, when would I ever be up here? Like this wind is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And what if? God, hold on. Here, I got to see this again because I wasn't paying attention. Oh shit! There's fucking weeds coming out of the ground. Like at least
well,
clean it up. Is this your listing?
No.
Well, how high up were you there? What floor is that on?
High.
What's high? Is that like
high.
more than 50 floors?
Give or take.
Did you feel like you were swaying back
No,
and
there's
forth?
no
up
swaying.
there?
But like, what a great view.
What a
But
great
I don't think you'd ever
view.
use that. Yeah.
Was it a great view? Hey. That's a pretty good view. I mean, if you like the CN Tower, it's a great view. That's a pretty good view.
That's a great view.
That's a good view. I like that. Holy Jesus. Yeah, it's a nice terrace. That's for damn sure. How big is the suite?
A few thousand square feet.
A few thousand? You just say it like that's nothing? A few thousand? First of all, how great was my Jamie skills there getting that video up for the show? That was,
was great.
Seamless.
Move fast on that.
Let's go to the chat because we haven't gone to the chat yet.
So $2,300 a square foot. Plus, you get this.
$2,300 a square foot. Plus, you get that huge balcony.
Yeah.
And that's for downtown Toronto. And do you get a parking spot?
3.
3 parking spots. Holy Jesus. Okay, here's the chat. Ready? If you think anything is happening, copyright music, ban it, remove it. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're going to get fucked for playing that song so many times, I got a feeling. Okay, anybody saying anything good? USD to CAD,
Sorry.
141.52. I don't know what this is. 16%. I don't know what he's talking. If it breaks upwards above 145, there's no resistance.
working.
Okay. Mogul Rider is talking gibberish, but he's talking about our dollar. I think our dollar's losing a little bit of steam right now, TK. I feel like it's lost a couple of cents. You can't see it. We've got Plasma X says gay. So thank you for
It
that.
was, that was the gayest song I could pick, so you're welcome.
It's very gay. James Cameron is saying population crash. Still have moving trucks from India popping up all over the place.
Moving trucks.
What does that fucking mean?
I
What?
think they're just driving the trucks. I don't think they're coming from India. I think that's just the drivers.
They're just driving. Love appreciation on properties until the music stops and I don't hear a thing. Just silence. Of course the show is late. This all happened before the show even started. Okay, fake day. Guys, who raised you? First of all, there's not one thing of value in here. Carney looks like a little goblin. Yeah, did you see that picture where he looks like Mr. Burns? Mr. Burns. Developers dancing for joy. Taxpayers get screwed again, says Sheridan Forbes. TK's working again. Well,
no, I'm reading the
doing this.
comments, but you're reading like continuously, so I don't really get a chance to say anything.
Oh, I see. Okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do it now. You go, TK.
All right.
I don't see. I'm trying to find something like fucking worth saying.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
Do you see anything?
yeah. Fake guy equals real mafia. Makes no sense. New TO condos. Thank you for not contributing again. Steve Karish is the GOAT.
Oh, God. Dumb money.
Interesting.
Steve's
some.
mom.
Yeah. Yeah, the
He's,
volume matching. See, you really, that was her.
Is
That
it
was my
me?
fault. I should have sent you the one without the music background.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is not a
Tech wizard. They're
professional
calling you
show.
a tech wizard.
I'm a fucking tech wizard, and you know
Daryl's
it.
a tech wizard, guys.
We got
He's
James
much
Roth.
better than me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you guys want to see what the show
I'm
would be
like
like if TK was doing it?
Yeah, it's. I'm not that easy to beat. My 14-year-old son is way better than me.
This is not editing, guys. It's not
times.
like I have like all this equipment here. I'm working on a fucking app. I got to change screens to do stuff. It's like this is not efficient
It's okay.
at all.
It's okay. When you guys start contributing to more income for the show, then we can
Yeah.
afford a Jamie. We don't have a Jamie.
God damn you sons
got
of
Aiden, and
bitches.
we
You
got
can't
Darryl.
even comment. I mean, they're commenting at least. It's just fucking dumb. Deep fake. The Tom Story show should do lives. Yeah, let them do fucking lives, man.
So they talked about India moving trucks, but I mean the population is
even mean? You hold on a
Population's
sec. Let me
declining,
just
Darryl.
get out of this bloody thing here.
Cesspool of nonsense.
Get out of the
Chat's
fucking chat.
We'll
God
come back to
damn
you
it.
guys. We'll come back to you guys. Put something good in there. Population's declining.
Population is
Death rate
declining.
higher than birth rate. More people are dying and being born.
Sure, more people
Then you've got
want to die
immigration.
right now. Wait till all the people start having heart attacks over their loan repayments.
Wait till the baby boomers start
Refinancing.
to fall off.
Yeah, and people
That's a
can't
huge
afford their
part of the
houses.
population. When you got that many people who are of the age that are, getting older, they're
Gonna
going to
die?
be selling their homes. They're
Trying to.
Like Canada, we kept talking about this housing crisis. It's fake news. I'm
Fake
telling you,
news.
it's fake news.
We spread
got
it.
So many detached homes that are built in Canada already. We have
Part of the
more than
problem.
enough. We have more, and they're underutilized right now. So right now, you're going to start to see neighborhoods change as the older people. My neighborhood's the best example. My neighborhood, I was the only young family. Nobody was in the neighborhood. I got nothing. Kids had no friends to play with. Everybody's like 70 plus. And
Yeah.
then it was like 5 neighbors passed away and moved away, and now young families have moved in, all
Yeah.
within like my 120, 200 meter radius.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what's going to happen in all those neighborhoods. The baby boomers are going to go, and they might go to a condo, they might go to a smaller home, they might leave town. Eventually, they pass away. Population not replacing them right now.
Well,
I don't see a scenario where all of a sudden the death rate is going to slow down. It's only going to get faster and faster as baby boomers age, and I don't see the birth rate going up.
no, who can
the
afford to
heck
have a
right now,
kid?
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you
Like who the heck
crazy?
is optimistic about having
Yeah.
more kids all of a sudden?
Take a
So that's
line of credit
that's
to
a
have a kid.
major that's a major economic issue. So we
Yeah.
got no choice but to balance out the population with immigration.
So, but who's actually buying the boomers' houses at the values that they're expecting for their retirement funds?
Other boomers who are still alive
Younger
financing their
boomers.
kids.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. And so now once all the boomers are gone,
Didn't
I
we
know
learn
people
our
talk
lesson?
about this transfer of wealth, and there's going to be this huge transfer of wealth. And yeah, that's true. I
No,
have
they're
a lot
gonna
of
die trying to sell the house, right?
No,
they're gonna
listen,
still have
there-
the house.
There is a ton of people. We deal with people all the time who are worth 10, 20, 50 million dollars. They have so much real estate that they own, commercial, industrial, residential, and they just live these very frugal lifestyles, and their kids also live ordinary lifestyles, making ordinary income. Like I get clients who are like, yeah, I have like 8 properties I got to sell. My parents have passed. It's going to estate, and like they're all very middle class or even below. You know, their whole life was like that. That's how they were raised. But their parents just kept buying real estate, and they own it, and their parents don't do anything with it. It's undermanaged. Now when they die, they pass it to the kids, and now the kids are inheriting millions of dollars.
Right.
I got that scenario in multiple estate cases right now.
Yeah. Well, see, but now it's okay if that happens. It's like as this thing goes on and as more and more of them need to sell and less people have the ability to buy, what is that going to look like, right? Like maybe AI is not going to have as big an impact on lost jobs as we thought. Maybe it is. We don't have a clue right now. It seems like people are starting to realize AI isn't all it was cracked up to be. And people are backpedaling, right? Like it was a big fucking, listen, it's got its value. It's just, its value isn't where it's being valued at all.
100%.
Which may be the same about real estate.
The people who control the stock market know how to use that in order for them to make money. That's just the bottom line. They knew how to make it about the internet, so they created all these websites and said how great all these websites are and how they're all gonna, you know, be the next big thing. And they're doing the same thing with AI right now. It's very obvious.
It's
Rug's gonna get pulled.
AI is even like right now. It's just so absolutely crazy with these goddamn data centers. I can't even believe, and I kind of don't even get it. Like how in the world could they need so many of these gigantic data centers all of a sudden, whereas like today we don't need them? And I mean, how many more pictures can you get the fucking thing to make, for fuck's sakes? Right? Like how many more blogs?
How many times do I need to translate that sentence, you know what I mean, into 3 different languages, you know, using the right, you know, colloquial format?
Like, are we going to use it more?
It's stupid models that people put out. They do this math and they're just like, all right, now if everybody needs a certain amount of compute power and that each compute power equals X amount of gallons of water, and X amount of gallons of water requires this many kilowatts, we're going to need 17,000 more data centers. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to compute for Darryl's newsletter.
No, but they're trying to make like a conscious, alive, like being, and they think that they got to feed it like all this compute ability. So they're all making these gigantic, ridiculous computers to, I don't know.
And people don't want those data centers in their.
They don't want them in their neck of the woods. No, because they make a lot of noise. And what people are saying right now, what's going around, at least on my TikTok feed, which we all know isn't the most normal and grounded feed on Earth.
And
I don't know if it's biased, but it's a little dangerous.
You got to be careful if you're watching Darryl's TikTok feed.
You got to be careful. But a lot of them are talking about the fact that these are like almost like nuclear reactors, like fusion reactors, and that they're like computers don't need to be so hot, and that they're like booby trapped to be so hot, so that they need to use up all the water so that they fuck everybody and they mess up the whole ecosystem. And I was like, whoa, that's really crazy. And then I saw another video about it and I was like, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. And then I watched another video, and then it was like, this kind of makes a little bit of fucking sense here. Like, what the hell's going on?
Confirmation bias. They can make a video about anything
right?
you could possibly think. I once in
what
a
are they
while,
for, though?
I'll entertain the flat Earth videos too. You know, I'll just be like, let's just see why they think it's flat, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes no sense, but that's a great video.
There's a lot of compelling evidence of this flat Earth theory.
They present it the way
they present it probably a lot better than the people that think it's round. But anyways,
so I sent you the 500 Dawes Road complex. This is what I think is really interesting.
What a segue into this, yeah,
right.
That was crazy into This is kind of different crazy.
I have ADHD. I'm sorry.
$500 road complex
So-
fine, 300,000 for fire safety violations. This has been going on forever.
Forever. So like this landlord, all right, who is Have Care Investments Inc. All right, are the registered owners of 500 Dawes Road. They also own 608 Dawes Road as well too. All right, and that it says the sentence carried a fine of $120,000 and 15 days in custody, plus a mandatory 25% victim fine surcharge. Okay, so like
This is the building.
yeah, like you own this building, you know what I mean? The mayor is going to visit it to figure out how things are. Obviously, it's in a bad, condition. Obviously, this is not a great neighborhood. This is Dawes Road. So it's like you're probably not thrilled.
What are you
that-
talking about? Dawes Road's turning around. I
Okay.
thought Dawes Road was
is
like
a tough neighborhood. It's a very tough neighborhood. I used to work at Woodbine and Danforth, and
Oh, maybe
I would
this is
never,
not.
I would never bring anybody to Dawes Road. That's that's the worst part of the East End.
I think
of
there's a
Danforth.
different Dawes Road. There's one
Maybe,
further
maybe.
south. Yeah, here. This pocket here in Dawes Road is fucking
May-
humming.
Maybe on the south side there might be a couple.
Yeah, look at all
developments
this
there, and-
construction over
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
This
'cause
is
you're on the Danforth.
crazy.
But you
So,
go
hold
north
on,
on
where were
Dawes, all
we?
that's all drugs and gangsters living in those buildings. So
Oh, it's
anyways,
here.
you got a building on Dawes Road. You're not maintaining it. You're basically saying, this is great what you're doing right now, Joe. You're basically saying to the tenants, like, we don't have the money to maintain this building as much as we can. These are the situations where the government needs to step in. The government needs to Have Care an offer.
What else do
to
they
take
own here?
over
Did you say?
608.
What was the other?
608 Dawes Road to take over the building, turn it into TCHC, which I know is not any better, but at least TCHC has the most amount of active landlord tenant board disputes for tenant issues. You know what I mean? Like I met a TCHC paralegal one time on the GO train, and we talked about it because they represented TCHC at the landlord tenant board, and it's just like nonstop for those guys. Like they may be the worst landlord in Toronto, but at least it's city money, that can take over.
But what are they crazy? What a great building. Like why? Like this, look how big this building is compared to everything else around it. They've got an anomaly. This is a gold mine. I wonder, there must be a motive. Like there must be a reason.
I thought about that too. Yeah.
What's the fucking motive? Like, do they own this shit? Do they own these houses back here? What do they want? Like, cause look how much they could put fucking towers all. If they have these houses here and they have this parking lot, look at what they could do here. Right, this is a giant site that they could move people over, move. Like this is a fantastic. I wonder what's going on here, because I mean, there has to be a reason to let such a wonderful building go to shit, right? Well, why would you let it go to shit?
Because the tenants in there are probably a nightmare.
The tenants, but you fucking let them all in, you dummy. Like this is what.
No, yeah, probably they've been there for 20 years. Those guys probably have only owned it for however long, So that area is tough. Like when you get a good apartment in the city, when you get a good apartment in the city and you're paying cheap rent, like you can't afford to move, Darryl. You literally live there. You're a legacy tenant. You are there forever. That's it. That's what happens in Toronto. The people who right now live in an apartment building, they made their choice a decade ago or more. They ain't moving.
They're not moving.
They can't. It's just the rent goes up. They're 2.5%, and that's that.
But you want to live in a building like everybody? Their rent was, I guess, so fucking cheap. They've been in there so bloody long that they had to stay in these conditions for this kind of time while fighting. Well, and a lot of them probably because this fight has been going on and there's been some kind of a case at the tribunal, they're not paying their rent. So they're all probably living there rent free, or at least thinking that they're getting away scot free. And then depending on how the board decides, they're going to fucking fly like a bunch of little cockroaches.
Think about it. Not paying your rent would be the best thing ever for the landlord.
Right?
Why? Do you know what those
then
type
you can
of
get
people
rid
do?
of them?
Well, think about it. Do you know what those type of people do when they can't pay their rent?
What do they do?
Spend that money on something else.
Okay.
And so now if they do a rent protest or whatever and they don't pay their bills, eventually when the process goes through, they'll get an order that says, you got to pay your arrears. Yeah. And then they won't have that money. So that could be part of
No.
the strategy.
And that's not good either. I mean, they're probably betting on the fact that no one will ever get that money from them because it's impossible, and the guy's working cash jobs or who knows what. There's
No, but the
it's not
landlord
hard.
just wants to be able to get rid of them. Imagine turning over
Oh,
those
sure.
apartments.
But
right?
imagine how long
double your
it-
NOI, but just by kicking everybody out.
Yeah, but how long are they empty for through this battle? Like this thing's been in the news since COVID or something.
Maybe they got deep pockets, so maybe that's their plan. Is right, make it worse, bad enough so people protest. Again, I'm speculating here. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But it just seems a little bit.
I wonder if there's a application for development on this thing.
No, that would be in the news. People would be talking about that.
You think?
Yeah,
Probably.
think about how many rental replacements there would be. What can you do?
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying they got to make a giant site out of this thing.
Well, yeah, maybe you build a building for everybody and just say, all right, we're moving everybody over to the south building.
A lot of stuff about the horrible building. Nothing about it.
I wonder what the rental replacement laws are. Like if you could do like basements. Imagine if you could just build underground like 20 floors, and then you just paid for that, and you just stuck everyone down there and said, look, I gave you your 2,000 square feet. Have a nice life. There's another one.
Hold on here. Look what I just found. Sorry.
We're deep right now. We're deep.
This is what the units look like inside the building.
Yeah.
Look at this schmutz on the. Okay, so my
From
first.
that age of building. That's
Yeah. Oh, this looks exactly like my first apartment. Not this. This is worse. Me and my wife rented this little apartment on a street called Ellerslie at like Yonge and Finch.
Yeah.
When we were waiting for, now it's covered by other buildings. When we were waiting for our first house in Thornhill Woods to be ready for us to take over. And we went in there. Do you remember? You're probably too young for this. We bought this thing. It was on TV called the Steam Buggy. Do you remember the steam buggy?
No.
It's like this yellow steam machine. You put it as like a backpack and you went around like a Ghostbuster and you had like a steam cleaner thing.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
It was pretty fun until you had to clean this disgusting old rental unit that we were going to live in. And you start like behind the rads and the heaters and all this black shit's flying out all over the place. It was like, oh, but we wanted so desperately to not live with our parents, you know?
Yeah.
We were getting married. We were married and our house wasn't ready because those fucking developers are always fucking late with everything. Those goddamn bastards. And so we went to go rent this place. So, you know, we had to make it our own. And I was like in the business. So I had like this guy build us like this special thing in the kitchen. And my wife decorated all the cabinets. And we fucking steam buggied the shit out of that place. And it was still disgusting. And it was so cheap back then. Like we probably paid, we had a 1 bedroom with a big living room, a big den, a little kitchen and storage and a nice balcony. It was probably like $600 a month. Probably paid $100 for parking. It was pretty cool, actually. I had a lot of fun in that place. But like, this is disgusting how people have to live. Most people don't go in and steam buggy the shit out of it and take a toothbrush to every little thing. Most people just move into other people's disgusting filth and are happy about it.
Do you know what should happen then? And this is the reality. Okay, so first of all, if we created a bunch more units and the population declines, then eventually the rent prices will come down to the point where everything is affordable again. I don't care what people paid for.
Not
those
for the
condos,
landlord.
cash flowing. I don't care. The bottom line is we have a bunch of new condos that are built that will be rented out. All the old stock, we need to find a way to replace it. We need to find a way to be able to take a building's life expectancy should be limited.
Should be people should be forced to keep them up at the right.
No,
if you
it should be limited.
maintain
They
it,
should say at a certain life expectancy, that building no longer can be rented out and it needs to be replaced. And so then rental replacement is no longer in effect. So if you buy in an old building, it's cheap rent, but you know that one day the expiry of your term will come and that landlord has the right to knock down that building and build something new. That's what would make sense.
I suppose
That protects the tenant. But we think we're protecting the tenant because we're like, oh, but they got to cheap rent. But we're letting them live in substandard
and
apartments.
squalor for God's sakes. But if the owner, if the landlord maintained it properly at the right time,
it's not feasible. Density's not there. No problem.
You shouldn't be allowed to let it go to shit just because it's old. Because some of the older buildings are much better than the newer buildings, right? But I think if you maintain it properly, then you're able to charge a better rent and you're able to have a better tenant. And the rules where you can't up the rent to market price is fucking ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense that people get grandfathered in for 20, 30, 40 years. This is part of the problem is if the landlord could raise the rent to the right level so that they could do the maintenance necessary to keep the building at a quality level that it really should be to keep good tenants willing to pay more money. You see, it's like it's a vicious cycle. But we don't enforce them keeping the building to a certain level, right? We don't until people start. Look how many years this goddamn thing's been going on. People have been crying, complaining. There were fires in the walls for years, and it's still not done. And you don't think the owner knew a fine was coming at some point? Like they've calculated this fine and thought like it's better to go through this whole ringamaroo, look like shit, which makes me think there has to be another motive. Yeah. You can't want to be a landlord, own a building like this, and want to fuck everybody at the same time. Yeah. Could you?
We need a no. You got money. There's deep pockets behind them. We need an example of a place with no rent control or they removed rent control and then rents came down over a long period of time. For North American cities to remove rent control. The theory is there, but I think we need a really good example. I don't know if it exists or not. We need a really good example of that for us to be able to say, okay, what we're doing is actually wrong and that we're preventing rental housing providers from creating more housing, which ultimately will lower prices for people to be able to have more affordable places. Instead, it's these crazy situations where these like big, REITs or, rental housing provider corporations are basically saying, hey, we're going to buy this old stock. We can't raise the rent any more than this. We're not going to renovate it, though. We're not going to fix things, though. And we can't develop it, but we're just going to bounce along this line and try to make sure that we're getting our 7 to 8% returns on our cash every single year. Like, it's like, this is stupid. It's not working.
No, it's stupid.
Parkdale's full of those.
We need to use the Star Trek method. Where everybody just gets the space that they need, okay? You don't have fucking luxury mansions in Forest Hill and dumps out in the boondocks, you just have a bunch of places. You need 3 bedrooms for your family? Okay, here's 3 bedrooms. You work where? Okay, we're going to find you 3 bedrooms over here. Have a nice day. Like, I know that it's not socialism, communism. But let's be real here. This is capitalism or whatever this is not the way. This
is a form of socialism.
The reason why everybody poo-poos on the communism idea is because it's it maybe doesn't work to line their fucking pockets with billions and trillions of dollars, but it actually probably does, if done properly, even out everything because. TK, I don't need 17 shirts, and I have probably closer to 80. Okay,
I don't need white 80 shirts. That's all I need.
Right?
Well, me and my comrades can all wear our same 5 shirts.
Yeah. Well, you don't even get 5.
Yeah. I just need a jiu-jitsu gi. I need 3 pairs of underwear.
You need a realtor's outfit,
a dress shirt, and some slacks.
You
2
need
pairs
a realtor's
of shoes.
outfit. You just
I'm
like
good.
a little
I don't even
thing.
need socks.
Right? You like a little badge so everybody knows that your yellow suit means you're a realtor, right? Yep. Everybody knows, okay, yellow suit with the badge, he's a realtor. No, treat him like a realtor, right? Everybody, I'm wearing purple and everybody knows that I'm a real estate. It doesn't matter. We have the same thing. We're fed. We have shelter. I don't make more than you. This is what I'm good at. This is what I do. I get to wear purple all day. You get to wear yellow, and we both have homes and food. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with this? I don't understand. Right? If you're good at making people laugh, then you get to make people laugh all day. If you're good at drawing flowers, there's got to be a need for drawing flowers. Just fucking do that all the time.
Draw flowers all day.
Right? Yeah, instead, this is what we're doing, okay? Like, we're trying to guess what stocks are going to go in a fucking, crazy, corrupt stock market. We're buying property in a good environment. Next thing you know, everything changes because the government decides, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then after that, they decide blah, 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 blah. And then right after that, and it's like, what is going on here? Who made this, TK? I want to find the person who made the system because it doesn't make any sense anymore, does it? Like to you, have you like? Do you look around going, "This is
broken.
exactly fucking"? Yeah. Okay. Good. We got to
system's
you.
broken.
We finally got to him, everybody, and that will conclude our show. TK,
TK's
right?
been convinced.
TK has been convinced.
I just don't think that anybody's system is working. That's what it is. So
No, there's
maybe it's
no-
broken, but I think it's the world that's broken. We're
The
seeing
world is broken.
Japan selling U.S. treasuries, China selling U.S. treasuries. China,
Why does
US
Japan have US
US is
treasuries?
protecting their own currency. They're printing a whole lot of debt. We got interest rates on the rise in the future. You have no other options. Once the U.S. needs to start servicing their debt, they have to start raising bond yields in order for people to even want to buy them, and that's going to create another environment of chaos. So I think the Canadian dollar, guys, wait, that Canadian peso is going to be turning into the Canadian, euro.
Not peso.
People are going to want that Canadian dollar over the next 20 years. You mark my words.
Mark your words. Well, but that you got Elon Musk saying in the next 20 years, like, did you see that? Where he said, don't even bother saving money because money's going to be meaningless in like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah,
Don't
that's what he
save for
says.
your retirement.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to think that AI is going to make everything so abundant and so cheap that it won't matter. Like we'll just have we'll just go to C3PO and say, hey, like make me a sweater.
Go get me breakfast.
Right? Go get me
Yeah.
breakfast. Lay an egg, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, fix the wall, everything. And that you will have multiple C3POs, right?
Yeah.
Or you'll have
Or
whatever.
you'll be
the
like,
hell.
go make me money today.
Yeah. Like, what are you
Right?
doing here?
Eventually, you
fucking
can
asshole?
just
Get
be
out of
like,
the
listen,
house.
go to work for me today and go make me money. I need this much money today. Like, go figure it out. And it'll be like,
No, but you don't need the money. You, need
and
the
then they'll be like,
stuff.
sir, check your bank account. I have stolen from the North Korean government. And
That's
you'll be
right.
Like, oh,
We
all right.
hacked.
Perfect. Thank you.
We hacked Moscow's mainframe.
Yeah.
No, but these things can do. I imagine you don't need the money. You need like, I need 2 tomatoes today, right? Go
Yeah.
to the garden that you
Yeah.
made and
Yeah.
go get me a couple tomatoes,
Here's
and
what I
then
need today.
clean
Yeah,
the
yeah,
car.
yeah,
If
yeah,
there's even a
yeah.
car, maybe it's like carry me to the bakery or
Yeah.
go to the bakery for
Go
me.
to
What
the
am I talking
bakery.
about? Like,
Yeah. Go talk to your robot buddies. down
one
at the
guy's going to the
bakery.
bakery, one
Get me-
guy's right.
Get me
eh,
some Danishes.
And
Strawberry.
then they're making themselves. So you buy one robot, and then it's like, while you're sleeping, he makes a second one of himself, and then the 2 of them when you're sleeping, they make 4. And next thing you know, you got
I
this.
need a
like,
whole army of
right?
robots to battle Daryl's army of robots.
Well, we need a drone to make
And then they
sure.
negotiate.
See
Give
what
me
TK's
a
up to.
negotiator. Give me a negotiator.
So they build a drone, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I saw yesterday. Oh my god, I should have saved this. A supercar made out of wood.
Yeah.
Did you
Never
see
seen
that
it.
thing?
No.
Things are getting nutty. Things are really getting nutty. Did you see the guys that have like remote control excavators where the guys in
Yeah.
India
Operating it
controlling
in
the
China.
excavator? Yeah, in China
Yeah.
or like,
Yeah.
maybe it was probably China.
There was one in
That makes
China that
sense.
was doing it. Yeah.
This is getting fucking nutty, man.
That's how it
like
be. That's how it
this.
be.
No, but that's just that guy's just training the AI. That guy's
If you want to right now do a business that's in construction, you need to go to China. You need to figure out everything that they're doing on how they're building those buildings so fast and so quickly, and then scale that and make it into, something that will meet the North American standards for construction and bring that back over here. That's what you need to do. That if you want to build a business, there's going to be a whole bunch of people who will be willing to invest. You'll be able to raise a ton of money, and that you will be doing that type of construction here in North America over the next decade, because that's what's going to be necessary. They're going to say, we want a building, and there has to be a building there.
we need a building
month
here
from now.
Yeah. That would be cool. Well, I can't imagine why these smaller 6-story things couldn't just sprout up all over the place really easily like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the cost like the like how much does it take to get set up. I think it's easier if you set up for something that's going to be a much bigger building.
The problem is
Right?
like
It's like you're setting
every
up
other
a jig,
deal.
it takes you 12 hours, but then you can pump out a piece every 3 seconds. Well, that's the problem.
But then you got to change it for the next one, or
Yeah.
you end up with like just seas of these like
Again,
ugly.
go to China and figure out how they did it, and then come back and start your construction business here.
It's gonna be
First, learn how to do it in like Sims or Minecraft, and then if you're like 12 years old and you're listening to this show right now,
yeah.
then in 10 years you'll have all those skills to be able to do it.
That's great. And so, and then once you have all those skills, you'll be replaced by a computer.
Yeah,
Pretty-
but you're gonna
pretty
you have to
quickly.
build a company. First, you have to build a company.
It's gonna, but this is what I'm
Then you can
saying.
hire
There's this cycle here. It's like, who is actually gonna not, you know, be taken over by AI? I know the realtors,
Yeah.
TK, are immune to
I
this.
just need to sell. Listen,
But
between
who-
now and the time that all the baby boomers are gone,
Yeah.
just over the next 30 years, I'm just going to sell their homes for them to people. And because that's a service that I provide, and I believe I'm the best at it, and that is my exit strategy. Then I'm going to retire, and I'll be just fine. So
Perfect.
after that, the industry can change however it wants, no problem.
So we're going to target the oldest part of the boomer generation, and we're going to sell their houses to the kids of the younger boomers that still have
who've already
equity
inherited
left
their
in their
money,
house, right? Yeah.
They said that in an area that they don't want to live in, their parents sold that house. I
Right.
sold their parents' house. Now the kids got the money, and they're going to take that money and buy the neighborhood that they want to from the
Yeah.
other boomer who I'm selling. That's perfect.
I think it's good. So
I just
again,
need 30 more years. That's it. I don't even need 30 more years. I can work for like
30
another
more
15 years,
years.
but I'm going to say there is 30 years worth of business there for sure.
I don't feel like I have 30 more years left in the
There's a
tank
long
for
time.
working.
Yeah, I'm not
Personally,
saying-
like I don't
not
think I
saying
want to work when I'm
that's what you wanna
80.
do. Yeah, yeah.
Although I would like to play still when I'm 80. I don't want to be sitting there bored because you see these guys. The minute they stop playing, their brains turn to mush. And
I love real estate. I think it's the chase of the deal and the negotiations and the excitement keeps you like it's so exciting. My job is I have the best job in the world.
Yeah,
mean
it's
that.
a different perspective. Like I can't be having heart attacks every goddamn week when I'm
I
in my
love
60s
the heart
and
attacks.
70s.
When the heart attacks come, I'm like, ugh.
I feel like your heart attacks are different than mine on a weekly basis. Like you're feeling bad for your clients, and I'm sitting here trying to navigate minefields, right? Where while they're
everyone's attacking you. No one's personally attacking me.
no, and nobody's trying to take your stuff. But from my perspective, everybody from the minute I find the deal is just trying to take as much of the deal away from me as possible.
Yes.
Whether it's partners, investors, lenders,
Banks, lawyers,
contractors,
appraisers,
lawyers,
planners.
appraisers. Everybody's just trying to get as much of their little piece of this pie as possible.
It's just
And at the-
1%, Darryl. It's just 1%.
Right. Well, and listen, I mean, when something happens at X, it affects me differently than it does the planner, right? Maybe the planner doesn't have a client anymore, but he still has 80 other
fees.
clients, right? Like he's still going and he still has his fees. Me, however, you know, sometimes it's like you get news or you have a mine that blows up in front of you that isn't just like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to get this one. I'll just move on to the next one. It's like, uh-oh, I better figure this shit out really fast before everything fucking blows up on me, right?
Yeah.
And it's like daily, these are the things happening in this market because this market is, I don't know what is ever been like this thing before.
Yeah.
But the good news is it's like it's been a long time and, you know, I'm the fucking best ever.
I don't think
and
anybody's better than Darryl at solving.
Nobody's
those
better
mind
than
problems,
Darryl
to
at
be honest
finding
with you.
these goddamn
Nobody
things.
is gonna do what's necessary.
Sometimes
to
I
solve
just walk
problems
right
like
into
Darryl.
them for fun.
I'm
just
the
to
same
see
way.
what
my job.
happens.
I really
It's
don't
like,
believe anybody's gonna handle the situation like me. And so give me
No.
the hardest of clients. That's what I pray for them. I tell the girls at the office, if someone calls in and they're like, I just want to sell my home and I've been here forever and I said, give that to somebody else. When they call in and they say, I got this problem and that problem and I hate realtors and I'm talking to 17 more of them tomorrow, but you got 3 hours to get over here. Also, I'm going with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, call me and I'll make it out to those ones. That's
and
how I do it.
I'm just like, something comes up and I'm like, I'm either going to figure this thing out or there's nothing I can do about it. Like it's that or that, because if anybody can figure it out, I've got the most motivation on the planet to do so.
Yeah.
And I'll just figure it out. If I can't figure it out, means
Yeah.
I got to just wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part too, is like, especially in this environment, to wait on all these liars that say that they can get things done. It's like, it's another level, because I really don't think they're lying. I think
what? Another issue too is the stock market. When the stock market collapse, when it does collapse, like every bear
Soon.
market that's ever happened, the money will flow into real estate again.
That's what I was thinking this morning. I was like, okay, this goddamn
Stupid to be in real
trillion
estate right now. It's stupid. You might as well just be. I look at my TFSA and some of the other brokerage accounts, and I'm just like, I'm making more money here than I am anywhere else.
Well, I mean, that's a sign of the times. But again, this AI thing is so disproportionate from the actual stock market and it's so clear that like this thing is insane. This doesn't make any fucking sense. These you cannot, why if those non-profitable businesses are worth 800 billion to 1 point something trillion dollars, then what's my little profitable business worth, for God's sakes, right? Like, I should
Just
be
give
the
me
first
1 billion.
trillionaire.
Just 1 billion.
Based on my valuations,
Yes.
I actually beat Musk to being the first trillionaire.
Yes.
Just I didn't let everybody know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want the world to know. I don't need to pay taxes.
I won't
my
sell for less
trillion.
than 2 trillion.
It's literally insanity. And so
I can't see the chat today for some reason.
when there's something wrong with it, but now it's back. Now it's back.
I can only see it.
30 years goes by quick. It's fucking bouncing all over the place. Scumbags, Butler, RE Mafia still. What does that mean? Oh, if you hold the thing, then it stops bouncing around. Yo, Kearney, where my money at? Fake work. Where's all these magical robots I've been waiting 10 years for? Rusty, Bent Hammer. Wait, they're coming. Don't you believe? Musk will get them out here eventually. AI has been taken over for the past 10 years, and that's not true. It's not true. When did ChatGPT first come on the scene? Vanity is an addiction. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, nobody's saying anything again. Why do we torture ourselves with this shit, TK? Every goddamn time. I just like hearing that. Are you reading the chat, or
No, I'm replying.
you're working again? This guy is all over the goddamn place. Well, for somebody, if you want to be a hardworking guy like TK.
Are you a real estate agent and you're looking to make a change anywhere in Ontario? Guess what? We're hiring. Franklin Associates, #1 team in the GTA for all RE/MAX teams, #1 team for all teams from all companies for number of units sold throughout Toronto. So if you're looking to make a change, best decision I ever made was to join Franklin Associates. Go to jointeamleo.com and we can set up a call. Hey. All right, guys. Thanks. Like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you. Love you guys. See you next week. Arrivederci.
Have a nice Father's Day. I think we're out.
Is it out?
I think we're out.
You think we're out? No.
I pressed the button. It says live still. Maybe it didn't
The
work.
show's live with the red.
Are we still live? Connecting to the studio.
The red.
I pressed the stop button. It's not stopping.
I don't want to record anymore,
I don't know
Darryl.
what to do. But the counter is still counting. The live
I see
button
the
is still
counter.
there.
Yeah.
I don't want to press this other button because
Should I
that
just
fucks
leave?
shit up every time.
No,
No,
I
if you
can't
leave, it
first.
fucks things
It
up too.
fucks it up.
Why won't it stop? It won't stop, TK. Okay, we're gonna just leave it
Okay,
running
just keep going.
for the rest of the day. All right. Well, if you have to go, I'll just I'll dance here for a few minutes.
Okay.
I wonder if when I press this button, it will work. I don't know what to do. Like the stop button, connecting to studio, it's saying. That's not good. What if I press that and then press this? Okay, no. Settings? No. Well, I mean, we're going to just have to press the leave button and see what happens. Leave or end the
You
session?
leave. I won't leave.
End the session for everyone, maybe. I'm not going to leave.